This is a story about pain, sacrifice, discipline, courage, and a dream that refused to die. Stay with me until the end, because this is only the beginning of one of the greatest journeys in sports history. Cristiano Ronaldo was born on February 5, 1985 in Funchal on the beautiful island of Madeira, Portugal. His family was poor. They did not have a big house, expensive clothes, or an easy life. His father worked very hard as a gardener and later as a kit man at a local football club. His mother worked long hours cleaning and cooking just to make sure her children had something to eat. Every single day was a struggle for the family. But even in those difficult times, Cristiano always had a smile on his face, because there was one thing that made him happy: football. When other children woke up thinking about games and toys, Cristiano woke up thinking about football. He carried a ball everywhere he went. If he was walking to school, he imagined he was dribbling past defenders. If he was sitting in class, he was dreaming about scoring goals in front of thousands of fans. Football was not just a hobby for him, it was his whole world. After school, he would run outside and play for hours. Sometimes the sun disappeared and it became dark, but Cristiano still wanted to keep playing. His friends became tired and went home, but he stayed with the ball, practicing again and again, trying to become a little better every single day. The older people in the neighborhood started noticing something special about this young boy. They said, "He never gets tired. He never gives up. He always wants to improve." Life at home was not easy. There were days when money was very short. His parent. The summer of 2009 became one of the biggest moments in football history. Cristiano Ronaldo completed his dream move to Real Madrid for a world record transfer fee. Millions of fans welcomed him to the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium. More than 80,000 people filled the stadium just to watch him wear the famous white shirt for the first time. Cristiano stood in the middle of the pitch, smiling, but deep inside. Have you ever wondered how a poor little boy from a small island became one of the greatest football players the world has ever seen? Millions of people know Cristiano Ronaldo because of his goals, his trophies, and his records, but very few people know how difficult his journey really was. This is not just a football story. This is a story about pain, sacrifice, discipline, courage, and a dream that refused to die. Stay with me until the end, because this is only the beginning of one of the greatest journeys in sports history. Cristiano Ronaldo was born on February 5, 1985 in Funchal on the beautiful island of Madeira, Portugal. His family was poor. They did not have a big house, expensive clothes, or an easy life. His father worked very hard as a gardener and later as a kit man at a local football club. His mother worked long hours cleaning and cooking just to make sure her children had something to eat. Every single day was a struggle for the family. But even in those difficult times, Cristiano always had a smile on his face, because there was one thing that made him happy: football. When other children woke up thinking about games and toys, Cristiano woke up thinking about football. He carried a ball everywhere he went. If he was walking to school, he imagined he was dribbling past defenders. If he was sitting in class, he was dreaming about scoring goals in front of thousands of fans. Football was not just a hobby for him, it was his whole world. After school, he would run outside and play for hours. Sometimes the sun disappeared and it became dark, but Cristiano still wanted to keep playing. His friends became tired and went home, but he stayed with the ball, practicing again and again, trying to become a little better every single day. The older people in the neighborhood started noticing something special about this young boy. They said, "He never gets tired. He never gives up. He always wants to improve." Life at home was not easy. There were days when money was very short. His parents. The summer of 2009 became one of the biggest moments in football history. Cristiano Ronaldo completed his dream move to Real Madrid for a world record transfer fee. Millions of fans welcomed him to the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium. More than 80,000 people filled the stadium just to watch him wear the famous white shirt for the first time. Cristiano stood in the middle of the pitch, smiling, but deep inside he knew that the real challenge was only beginning. Playing for Real Madrid was completely different. Every match came with enormous pressure. Fans expected goals every single week. Critics watched every touch of the ball. Newspapers talked about him every day. If he scored one goal, people wanted two. If he scored two, they wanted three. There was no room for excuses at the biggest club in the world. Cristiano accepted the challenge without fear. He trained even harder than before. He spent extra hours improving his finishing, his free kicks, his headers, and his speed. He wanted to become the perfect football player. Every season, he broke another record. Every month, he found a new way to surprise football fans. Around the world, children copied his celebrations, his skills, and even the way he trained. At the same time, another incredible player was dominating football, Lionel Messi. The football world became divided. Some people believed Messi was the greatest. Others believed Cristiano Ronaldo was number one. Every single match, every trophy, and every goal was compared. The rivalry pushed both players to levels that football had never seen before. Instead of becoming frustrated, Cristiano used the competition as motivation. Every time people doubted him, he worked even harder. El Clasico matches between Real Madrid and Barcelona became the biggest games in world football. Billions of people watched these battles. Cristiano knew the pressure was enormous, but he loved these moments. He wanted responsibility. He wanted the biggest stage, because that was where legends were created. For many years, people admired Cristiano Ronaldo because of what he achieved with his clubs, but there was one dream that still remained unfinished. He wanted to win a major international trophy with Portugal. Every time he wore the national team shirt, he carried the hopes of an entire country. Millions of Portuguese fans believed in him, while millions of critics said Portugal would never become champions. Cristiano never stopped believing. Every international tournament became another opportunity to make history. Sometimes Portugal came close, but they were knocked out. Sometimes Ronaldo played brilliantly, but football can be cruel. A single mistake, or one unlucky moment can destroy years of hard work. Still, Cristiano refused to give up because he knew that true champions keep fighting no matter how many times they fail. Then came UEFA Euro 2016. Portugal entered the tournament with determination, but many football experts did not consider them favorites. Stronger teams were expected to win the trophy. Cristiano listened to all the predictions, but he remained calm. Inside the dressing room, he reminded every teammate that football is not won by words. It is won by courage, belief, and hard work. Portugal reached the final, where they faced the host nation, France. The stadium was full. The pressure was unbelievable. Millions of people around the world were watching. Cristiano knew this could become the greatest night of his career, but only a few minutes into the match, disaster struck. A heavy challenge injured his knee. He tried to continue, but the pain became unbearable. Finally, he sat on the ground with tears in his eyes. The captain of Portugal had to leave the biggest match of his life. Many people believed Portugal had no chance without Cristiano Ronaldo, but instead of sitting quietly on the bench, he stood near the touchline, encouraging every player, shouting instructions, clapping for every tackle, and motivating his teammates every second. He looked more like a coach than a. After proving himself in every country he played in, Cristiano Ronaldo reached a stage of life where people no longer judged him only by goals or trophies. They judged him by the impact he had on football itself. Every stadium he entered was full. Every ticket sold out. Every child wanted to wear the famous number 7 shirt. It did not matter whether the match was in Europe, Asia, or the Middle East. Millions of people came simply to watch one man play football. But behind the cameras, behind the celebrations, and behind the luxury lifestyle, Cristiano continued living with the same discipline that had made him successful from the very beginning. While many people believed that talent alone had made him famous, the truth was completely different. Every day started with a strict routine, healthy meals, intense training, recovery sessions, and complete focus. Cristiano understood that success is not something you achieve once. Success is something you protect every single day. Young players often asked him how they could become successful. Cristiano always gave a similar answer: never stop learning, never stop improving, and never believe you have already achieved enough. He reminded them that the moment you become comfortable, someone else is already working harder than you. That mindset had carried him from the streets of Madeira to the biggest stadiums in the world. Outside football, Cristiano also became known for helping people. He donated money to hospitals, supported children's charities, and visited young fans who were fighting serious illnesses. He believed that being a great football player was important, but being a good human being was even more valuable. Many families around the world thanked him not only for his goals, but also for his kindness. Social media made Cristiano Ronaldo even bigger than before. He became one of the most followed people on earth. Every photograph, every training video, and every message inspired millions of fans. Some people copied his workouts, others copied his diet. Cristiano Ronaldo had already won league titles, Champions League trophies, Ballon d'Or awards, and almost every individual record imaginable. Most players would have retired, feeling completely satisfied. But Cristiano Ronaldo was never interested in living an ordinary life. He wanted to continue inspiring people around the world, proving that discipline and hard work never have an age limit. At the end of 2022, the football world was shocked once again. Cristiano Ronaldo accepted a new challenge by joining Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. Many people questioned his decision. Critics claimed that his career was finished. They believed he was leaving the biggest stage forever. Social media became full of negative comments, and many people thought this was the end of the legend. Cristiano heard every word, but he stayed silent because he had learned something many years earlier. Never waste your energy arguing with people. Let your actions speak louder than your words. When he arrived in Saudi Arabia, thousands of fans welcomed him like a king. Stadiums became full every time he played. Millions of new supporters started following football because they wanted to watch Cristiano Ronaldo. Children wore his number 7 shirt. Adults traveled long distances just to see him play. Even players from different countries started joining the league because Cristiano had changed the world's attention towards Saudi football. Once again, he started scoring goals, creating assists, breaking records, and leading his team. Every celebration reminded the world that his passion for football had never disappeared. He continued training harder than players much younger than himself. His daily routine remained almost exactly the same. Wake up early, train, eat healthy, recover, sleep, repeat. Day after day, month after month, year after year. People often asked Cristiano Ronaldo the secret behind his success. They expected him to reveal some magical formula. But his answer was always simple: discipline, hard work. After winning almost everything with Real Madrid, many people believed Cristiano Ronaldo would finish his career in Spain. He had broken incredible records, won multiple Champions League trophies, and become the greatest goal scorer in the club's history. Most players would have stayed where they were comfortable, but Cristiano Ronaldo was different. He always looked for a new challenge because he believed that comfort never creates greatness. In 2018, the football world was shocked. Cristiano Ronaldo left Real Madrid and signed for Juventus in Italy. Millions of fans could not believe it. Many people asked the same question: why would he leave after achieving everything? The answer was simple. Cristiano wanted to prove that he could succeed in another country, another league, and another football culture. When he arrived in Italy, critics once again started talking. Some people said he was too old. Others believed Serie A was too difficult. They said his best years were over. Cristiano listened to every opinion, but he never changed his routine. Every morning, he trained harder than everyone else. Every match, he gave 100%. Every goal reminded the world that age could never stop a player who refused to stop working. Very quickly, Ronaldo became one of Juventus' most important players. He scored beautiful goals, won league titles, and continued breaking records. Defenders still struggled to stop him, even though he was getting older. His fitness amazed doctors, coaches, and football experts. Many younger players could not match his speed, discipline, or determination. One moment became unforgettable. During a match against Sampdoria, Cristiano jumped so high to score a header that people around the world could hardly believe their eyes. His body stayed in the air for what felt like seconds. The goal showed everyone that his physical condition was still extraordinary because of years of discipline and hard work. Even after all these achievements, Cristiano never forgot the yo. Years from now, when people look back at the history of football, they will not remember Cristiano Ronaldo only because of the goals he scored. They will remember him because he changed the meaning of dedication. He proved that success is not given to the luckiest, it is earned by those who refuse to stop working. As Cristiano Ronaldo continued playing, he knew that every match could be one step closer to the end of his career. Time waits for no one. Every football player eventually has to say goodbye to the game they love. But Cristiano never allowed that thought to make him weaker. Instead, it made him work even harder. He wanted every training session, every goal, and every performance to become another unforgettable memory for football fans around the world. Whenever young players entered the dressing room, they immediately noticed one thing: Cristiano Ronaldo was always the first to arrive and often the last to leave. While others finished training and relaxed, he continued practicing free kicks, penalties, finishing, and fitness. He believed that even after scoring hundreds of goals, there was always something new to learn. That mindset separated him from almost everyone else. Many coaches who worked with Cristiano later admitted that they had never seen another player with such unbelievable discipline. They explained that Ronaldo treated every ordinary training session like the biggest final of his life. He never accepted average performances. If he missed one shot, he wanted to practice another 50. If he lost one sprint, he wanted to run again until he won. That desire to improve every single day became the secret behind his incredible success. Around the world, millions of children copied Cristiano Ronaldo's famous celebration. They copied his hairstyle, his boots, and even the way he walked onto the pitch. But the people who truly understood his story copied something much more important. They copied his discipline. They learned that dreams become reality only when hard work becomes stronger too. One day, every football player plays the final match of his career. No matter how great their time eventually catches everyone. Cristiano Ronaldo has always known that this moment will come, but instead of fearing the end, he decided to prepare a legacy that would live forever. For Cristiano, football was never only about scoring goals, it was about inspiring people to believe in themselves. Every time he stepped onto the pitch, he wanted one child somewhere in the world to think, if he can achieve his dream, then maybe I can achieve mine. That simple idea became more valuable than any trophy he had ever lifted. As the years passed, Ronaldo continued breaking records that many meant more than personal success. Away from football, Cristiano spent more time with his family. He often said that his children gave him a different kind of happiness. They reminded him that life is bigger than football. They motivated him to become not only a better player, but also a better father and a better person. He wanted his children to learn the same lessons that had guided him through life: respect, hard work, honesty, and discipline. Many young footballers visited Cristiano asking for advice. The answer was unforgettable celebrations. and the famous number 7 shirt. But even more importantly, they will remember his mindset, a mindset that turned impossible dreams. Even after achieving almost everything in football, Cristiano Ronaldo never believed that his journey was only about winning trophies. He understood that one day, people might forget the exact number of goals he scored or the number of titles he won, but they would never forget the way he inspired the world. Every morning, when he woke up, he reminded himself of one simple rule: never become satisfied, because the moment you stop improving, you stop growing. Many people see Cristiano Ronaldo standing inside beautiful stadiums, with thousands of fans cheering his name. But very few people imagine the lonely mornings, the painful training sessions, and the sacrifices hidden behind every success. While the world was sleeping, Cristiano was often already awake, preparing for another day of hard work. He believed champions are created long before the match begins. Throughout his career, Cristiano faced criticism from every direction. Some people said he cared too much about training. Others said he was too confident. Some even claimed he would never become one of the greatest players in history. Instead of becoming angry, Cristiano simply smiled, because he had learned a powerful lesson. You do not silence criticism with words. You silence it with results. As years passed, football continued changing. New stars arrived, new talents appeared, and new generations began watching the game. Yet, Cristiano Ronaldo remained one of the biggest names in world football, because his greatest strength was never only his talent. His greatest strength was consistency. He worked hard, not for one season, not for 5 seasons, but for more than 2 decades. That level of dedication is extremely rare in any sport. Young footballers often ask themselves what separates an ordinary player from a legend. Cristiano Ronaldo's story gives the answer. A legend never trains only when he feels motivated. A legend trains even on difficult days, even when tired, even when nobody is cheering, because true. If there is one lesson that Cristiano Ronaldo's journey teaches the world, it is this: never let your present situation decide your future. When Cristiano was a child, nobody believed that a skinny boy from a small island could become one of the greatest football players in history. He had no expensive academy, no perfect life, and no easy path. All he had was an unbreakable dream and the courage to chase it every single day. Think about everything he faced. He left his family at the age of 12. He struggled with loneliness. He overcame a heart problem that could have ended his football career. He faced criticism. Ronaldo, even if they are not football fans, his story is bigger than football. It is about life. It is about refusing to surrender when everything seems impossible. It is about waking up every morning with the decision to fight one more day, one more training session, one more challenge, and one more opportunity to improve. There were moments when people celebrated his failures louder than his victories. There were moments when newspapers criticized him and social media was filled with negative comments. But Cristiano never allowed other people's opinions to become his reality. He understood that the loudest voices are not always the most important. The only voice he truly listened to was the one inside his own heart, telling him to keep going. Today, when young players watch Cristiano Ronaldo, they see confidence, strength, and success. They do not always see the years of sacrifice hidden behind every achievement. They do not see the injuries, the pain, the disappointments, and the lonely nights that shaped his character. Every great success has a hidden story, and Cristiano Ronaldo's hidden story is built from discus. As the final chapter of Cristiano Ronaldo's incredible journey comes to an end, one question remains. What is the real definition of greatness? Is it winning trophies, breaking records, becoming famous, or is it something much bigger? Cristiano Ronaldo spent more than 2 decades proving that greatness is not created in one magical moment. It is created through thousands of ordinary days. Days when nobody is watching. Days when you feel tired. Days when you fail. But choose to stand up again. That is where champions are truly made. Every goal Cristiano scored was only the final result of countless hours of invisible work. Every trophy he lifted was built on years of sacrifice. Every celebration represented thousands of moments when he refused to quit, even though life became difficult. That is why his story continues inspiring people far beyond football. Imagine the young boy from Madeira looking into the future and seeing everything he would one day achieve. Stadiums filled with his name, millions of supporters around the world. Records that once looked impossible becoming reality. He probably would not believe it, yet every unbelievable achievement started with one simple decision: never give up. Cristiano Ronaldo often says that success belongs to people who are willing to sacrifice today for a better tomorrow. Those words perfectly describe his life. While others searched for comfort, Cristiano searched for improvement. While others accepted limits, Cristiano searched for new challenges. Every difficult situation became another opportunity to become stronger. Even after reaching the top of world football, he continued behaving like a student. He continued learning, improving, and respecting the game because he understood something many people forget. The moment you believe you know everything is the moment you stop growing. That humble attitude allowed him to remain one of the best players in the world for many years. Millions of children now wear the famous number 7 shirt, not only because. Years from now, when people open football history books, they will read about World Cups, Champions League finals, Ballon d'Or awards, and incredible records. They will see the name Cristiano Ronaldo written among the greatest players of all time, but numbers alone can never explain who Cristiano Ronaldo truly was. His greatest achievement was not simply becoming a football legend. His greatest achievement was showing ordinary people that extraordinary dreams are possible. Every successful person has a story that nobody sees. Cristiano Ronaldo's hidden story was filled with early mornings, lonely evenings, painful injuries, difficult defeats, and endless sacrifices. While millions of fans celebrated his victories, very few witnessed the countless hours he spent preparing for those moments. He understood something that changed his entire life. Success is earned long before the world applauds you. Whenever Cristiano entered the football pitch, he played with the same hunger he had as a young boy in Madeira. He never acted like someone who had already achieved everything. Instead, he behaved like someone who still had everything to prove. That attitude kept him motivated even after becoming one of the richest, most famous, and most successful athletes on earth. People often ask what makes Cristiano Ronaldo different from everyone else. The answer is simple: he never allowed temporary success to destroy his long-term discipline. He celebrated victories, but the very next morning he returned to work because he knew yesterday's success could never win tomorrow's match. Every new day demanded new effort, new focus, and new determination. His story also reminds us that failure is never the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Cristiano lost important matches, missed penalties, faced criticism, and experienced painful disappointments, yet every difficult experience made him stronger instead of weaker. He chose growth instead of excuses. He chose action instead of complaints. Today, millions of young Fu. There is a saying that every champion wins trophies, but only a few become legends. Cristiano Ronaldo became a legend because he refused to stop believing in himself, even when the entire world questioned him. Every chapter of his life carried a lesson. Every victory carried a sacrifice, and every success carried thousands of hours of invisible work. Imagine standing in front of Cristiano Ronaldo today and asking him if the journey was easy. He would probably smile because he